morning, internet. Hope you haven't been too good. So yeah, some days start like this, putting down your gloves and helmet on a pile of mud. But as I make my way through all that slush, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because as many as 80% of my views come from unsubscribed viewers. That's crazy. Not as crazy as this side though. Well, boys never get over playing in the mud.
Wait, huh? Okay, ready? 1, 2.
Oh.
Okay, we will take a 1, 2, 3.
Here we go.
पकड़ा हुआ खींच सो किसी पहले पैर उस पे रख पैर टायर पे रख इस पे रखा था हाँ दोनों पैर टायर पे
Okay, that was the look where he could have pushed me off the cliff, but he didn't because of my charming personality.
दोनों हाथ यहाँ पे ठीक है Okay, 1, 2, 3 मैं पकड़ूंगा तू बैठ बैठ अभी निकाल लेगा अच्छा तू बाइक पकड़ उधर से चलता
Although Uttam was a bit shaken up, he had to wave out to his fans who follow him everywhere.
छोड़ दे
As for me, I put on Uttam's helmet because that's what I do. And I clipped it on too. I'm very impressed with myself. Okay, so jokes apart, this isn't about Uttam's fall, but it's more about how by the end of our 40 odd kilometers of mud and slush, he got so much more comfortable with riding through deep mud by simply applying one fundamental: momentum. But first, let me take you back at how our day began as soon as the winners of Pimp My Ride go past us. Good morning, this was our room last night. A little bit of ventilation by way of the window and a lovely view on all sides. So today is an open-ended day. We just go first to Chanshal, enjoy the views over there, backtrack our way up to Roru, and then try and go towards Rampur and see how far we get. The weather seems to be a good clear day, so probably we can ride a little longer. Hot parathas with dollops of homemade butter. Did you know that cow's milk butter turns yellow while the white butter that we usually have is buffalo milk? Or was our cook pranking us? Okay, I think that's enough chomping, boys. Stop now. I mean, stop. Stop now. Welcome to the path that leads to Chanshal Pass and then onwards to Todra and Kwar. Alpine beauty at its best. ADV riding is sometimes like life. You take one of the many hairpin bends only to see that it's a bit wet. No big deal. And you carry on. And it gets a little bit tricky. And then it gets more tricky. But by now, you're already too far in to stop and rethink. So you commit yourself to it and keep going. And stick with the basics, which Brett from Motor Trek had taught you, hoping he knew what he was talking about. You bet he was. And then you let out a sigh of relief. Gotta stop and check on Uttam. And I've got to make sure I don't drop my bike while I'm doing that. There. Now you can see the slush fest better. Uttam's tackling it much better than he was simply by keeping the momentum. And those really are some crazy ruts, throwing him all over the place.
तो इस वाले में और नीचे वाले में आपकी भी फटती है तो हाथ से साथ चल के
फटती तो सबकी है, but it was good to know that even the locals were finding this stretch challenging. Well,
Well, this off-road was pretty crazy and very fun indeed. It kept us engaged and didn't give us many moments to switch off. You had to be on your best game while riding this route, especially now that we were in here just after the monsoons. It was much more than a warm-up to Spiti. In fact, I was doubting the fact that we'll get anything as challenging as this stretch in Spiti. Soon we were above most of the ranges in the surrounding areas, riding against a gorgeous skyline. But even till the very end, Chanshal tested us and then tested us some more. We're here. Crazy, huh? Pull on. Okay, so we are here at Chanshal Pass. It says 12,303 feet. It was quite a tricky trip ride, mainly because of the monsoons. I think if you do the same thing in April, I think it should be like, yeah, pretty okay. No stress on that. But we got a lot of deep mud en route, but well worth the view. Just look at that. Gorgeous. Uttam.
Yo.
Slush fest.
Lovely.
But the crazy thing is, usually you're done with the rough patches and you're like, ho gaya, abhi aage jana hai. But we have to go back the same way. So let's see what happens.
Yo.
You know the thing about retracing your ride? You know exactly how crazy it's going to be and what to expect, which isn't always a plus point. But on the other hand, you get to see the views which you didn't earlier as they were behind you. Is there really anything in life with only drawbacks? I wonder. Stopping to take phone videos which none of us will ever see. Why? I'll tell you that in episodes to come. But till then, just hear the sound of the forest. Okay, selfie time. It was good to see Uttam getting comfortable with tackling the mud, even on the long crazy sections. But here, take a look at this dual cam footage to get a better sense. Oh, almost went down there, but I let the bike do its thing, let the handlebar loose and kept the momentum, which made it straighten out. We were learning as we went along, and this road to and fro Chanshal had been a great teacher. This is the same spot where Uttam had fallen in the morning, and it's always a bit of a psychological barrier when you revisit the spot that brought you down. But he made it just fine. आपको ये जिंजर लेमन है क्या? एक काला चाय, एक मेरे को अपना नॉर्मल जो ऐसा आप बनाते हैं, नॉर्मल दूध वाला. So Uttam, you will agree that this is a much well-deserved tea break. But did you notice how more you do it?
Yeah, 100%. See, I am on 100% agreement. The more you do it, the more you get better.
Correct.
And that's why you should keep exploring on weekends. No?
Yeah.
If you don't try, you'll never.
Exactly. Namaskar ji.
Well, it's gonna be all smooth sailing from here on. The worst of the mud has been left behind. Or maybe not.
This was the most difficult. You're throwing me everywhere.
Cruising down the Pabbar river, fueling up and putting back Uttam's rear view mirror, feeling like I'm back in Mumbai, to cruising again. A huge range of emotions there.
Refill some water from the mouth of the snake. Why not?
This is the quaint route that will take us from Roru via Samakot, Sugri, finally to Badharsh. It's lesser known and I would recommend it to all of you, regardless of whether you're on a bike or on a four-wheeler. To our luck, we did get some more off-road sections, but after what we had ridden earlier in the day, it was like preparing for IIT and then sitting for a junior KG exam. But it's still fun racing your own shadow. Crowded streets gave away the fact that we were close to the highway, and here we are. This is the Rampur highway that leads to Spiti on one side and to Narkanda on the other, and there in dirty pink is Hotel River Rock. Our stay for tonight, which we booked 25 kilometers prior while on a tea break.
Parking idhar hi hai.
It was time to put your feet up and chill with an old monk. Cheers to all of you for watching. It's been a wonderful day of riding. This is Vipin Mishra saying over and out.